Hello friends, it's Natasha. Thanks for joining me today. I have a Hiit yoga, but we're doing it a little different. I'm not gonna have timers. We're gonna have the same 4 drills and we'll just repeat the flow a few times each until we get the hang of it, and then we'll move on to the next flow. So essentially they are mini flows to just get your heart rate up, get a little bit of cardio in, strength training, mobility, flexibility. We're gonna start in a tabletop, do a quick warm up, and then we'll get into the first 4 flows, followed by a second round of 4 flows. And again, we'll just go through them, repeat them a few times each until we get to know them. It would also be useful if you're a yoga teacher and you just need little ideas for your class. Maybe incorporating these flows into a fuller class would be helpful for you. Come into tabletop. Spread your fingers, bend your knuckles back, and anchor down into each fingertip as you push the shoulders down. Knees are under hips. We're gonna exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, puff up through the back of the heart. Inhale, lift head, chest, and tailbone. Pull back. Exhale, push forward. Inhale, pull back. Lift the tailbone, pry the heart open. Exhale, round and curl, and then barrel circles a few times to your right, kind of sinking in and then protracting the shoulders, and to your left, moving organically. Maybe the shoulders and the head want to get into the movement. Sending your hips back to child's pose. We're going to round our body forward and then bend the elbows, sweep to cobra. Lower onto the belly, use back strength, squeeze the glutes, hamstrings, and then pull around back to child's pose. Again, roll forward, unfurl at the hips, and land as the elbows bend. Come on down. Use back strength to squeeze up, push into the shoulders and hands, and take it back one more time, round forward. Sweep those hips through, bend the elbows, shoulders back and down. This time we'll float the hands back, squeeze the legs up as well. Locust, hands by chest, up dog or cobra. And then come on back to the knees. Tuck your toes under, sit back on the heels. We'll take a couple breaths here, stretching through the arches of the feet. And while we do that, let's do some nice tight fist, wrist circles, outside and inside. And then we're gonna blink like we're flicking off water. Push the shoulders forward, sit up nice and tall, feel that intense toe stretch, arch of the foot stretch. And then we're gonna feel this pretty intensely too, firing up the muscles in the forearms. Pull the hands over the head, elevate the shoulders, keep flicking as fast as you can for 4, 3, 2, belly tight, ribs in, 1, shake down. All right, meet me in a downward facing dog. We're gonna lengthen through the hamstrings and paddle out. Again, spread your fingers, grip down into each fingertip. Just start to walk your dog, bending one knee, bending the other. Your heels never have to land in down dog, and your knees never have to fully straighten. You're gonna pay attention to what feels good in your body. Maybe start to pivot one knee under and sway your hips side to side, feeling big stretch through the side body. Breathe. All right, flow 1, we're simply gonna practice rocking back and forth. So make your down dog a little shorter and bend your knees. We're gonna start to bend into the elbows like we're doing a down dog push-up. Try a few of those. Bend, straighten, bend, push, bend, and push. Now, adding a rock component. As you bend, rock the hips and head forward and push away. Can you catch yourself at the back of the mat in a chair pose? You can circle those wrists and maybe counter stretch the wrists on the quads while you sit in your chair pose. We're gonna be practicing that move. Flow 1 is simply push away to chair, and then we'll practice jumping forward as well. You can walk out or kind of jump the hands out and do it again. Rock chair. Again, rock, push up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Catch, bend, and then challenge that push up. If you have a lot of upper body strength, maybe you bring your head towards the mat pretty hard. or you're just bending a little bit. One more time there. Bend and sit. Now, come back to your downward facing dog. The opposite way, we are gonna jump our feet forward. Start to bend the knees and bounce the hips. Start easy by just lifting the hips and jumping the feet nice and low to the ground, forward. Put your weight into your hand, jump back. Practice that. We'll get some cardio in here. Bend the knees, bounce the hips, look forward, hips up, feet forward, zip forward. Push into the hands and then jump back. If your hamstrings are pretty tight, you're gonna keep the knees really generously bent throughout this. See how it feels. Maybe take some time, a little more time to hang out in a forward fold if it feels too uncomfortable to pull your feet by your hands. Bend, bend, jump. Bend and jump. We're trying to lift the hips up and use the core, little quads and hip flexors to pull the feet forward. And same thing, lift the hips and jump the feet back. So try 2 more and lift, land, pushing those shoulders down so we have a moment where the feet are actually just floating. Then hop and hop. Go ahead and come down and take a breath. You can counter stretch on those wrists. All right, so the flow combo together is a down dog push away, jump forward. We'll do 3 rounds of it. Prepare those wrists. The first one's a lot on the hands, probably the most on the hands, and the rest won't be so bad. All right, spread your fingers, find your down dog. Make it a little shorter if you need to. Bend the elbows and knees, rock back to chair, jump back to down dog, rock back to jump forward, jump back and reset. Can we try to do those without pausing? So let's try that. Bend and push away, land and jump forward, jump back and push away, land your hands, jump your feet forward, jump your hands down, jump your feet back, push to your chair. One more, jump forward, oof, jump back, push away, chair pose. Come up to standing, beautiful. In between, let's just do some hip circles and some quad stretches, hip flexor stretches. Push the hips forward. Heart rate's pretty high up there. That was little flow 1. Flow 2, we'll be back into a down dog, fallen triangle, pigeon, side plank. All right, come back to your downward facing dog. We're gonna lift the right leg up. Good, take a big breath here while you stretch the toes up to sky. And then we'll thread the leg under and across to fallen triangle. So twist, lift the left hand, stretch wide. Almost like you're doing a little split here. Push the shoulder down. See how that feels? Puff up through the chest. Now drag the knee in towards the right wrist and find pigeon pose. We'll take a breath in pigeon. We're gonna go the opposite side for a side plank. Send your left hand down, tuck your left toes under, and then scoop or walk yourself back to side plank. Circle out that wrist, push the shoulder down, cinch up that bottom waist, and reset to down dog. Left leg lifts. Take a breath here. Toes to sky. Now, draw the knee in, twist it across to the right. Take your feet with you, and then slide it forward as you push the shoulder down, reach the heart up. See how that feels there? From your fallen triangle, it's pigeon. Left knee pulls towards left wrist. We square hips. Take a breath here. Settling into that external rotation on the left hip, and then your right hand spreads. We step back into side plank. If you're struggling, use your left hand as a little training wheel to help you, or advanced, definitely more challenging. We can push into the shoulder and try to step back without the assistance. See if you need the help of your hands, or you can even do a modified side plank on the knee, with the bottom knee down. Spin back to down dog. Let's do that 2 more times per side. Right leg sweeps up. Go ahead and kick it through to fallen triangle. Sweep it back to pigeon. Switch hands, left hand down. Lift your knee and hip. Maybe training wheel of the right foot. Step back to side plank. Make the move work for you. So if you need extra help or you have a way to put your hand and foot down and then lift, all good. Come back down. Downward facing dog, left toes to sky. Thread it through to fallen triangle. Lift the hips and heart. Sweep it into pigeon. Right hand down, training wheels, maybe. Use your left knee, foot, left hand. Step back to side plank. Again, sweep it back. Let's try to smooth it out. Right foot up. Kick it across and through, open up, fallen triangle. Pull it in for pigeon. Left hand down, slip it back to side plank, slide plank. Come back to down dog. Left foot up, split. Kick it through, fallen triangle. Sweep the knee in, land in pigeon. Switch hands, step back to side plank. 2 more, or 1 more time, 1 more each side for 2 rounds. Right leg up, pull it in, kick it through, fallen triangle. A little quicker if you can. Pigeon, switch side plank. Downward facing dog. Left leg up. Kick it through, fallen triangle. Slip it into pigeon. Switch hands, lift into side plank. And release, plank. Come on down. All right, gonna lose a layer here. Any little stretches you need to do, whether it's the wrists, down dog, cat-cow, listen to your body. Take a moment before we go into our third one. We are gonna be on the hands again, so hopefully your wrists are feeling okay. Take a moment to just shake them out. Balancing down dog, from warrior 3. We're gonna take a warrior 3, I'll just show you. We're gonna step back and see if we can lift our leg as high as we can. Maybe we tap our toe, doesn't have to. Warrior 3, bend the knee, and then see if you can do a little jump switch, all right? So, you don't have to be able to handstand to just get on the hands and just pop your legs. All right, so right foot's down, ground. Inhale, arms up, toes step back, warrior 3. Find your balancing stick. Nice, strong line of energy, fingers to toes. Step back, toe tap, or maybe a toe grab. Back through your warrior 3. Bend the front knee and do a little handstand switch kick. You don't have to hold it, but if you have a handstand, maybe you go for a big jump, and it might take you a couple tries. So if the first one didn't work, try your jump switch. Come all the way up to standing. Inhale, arms up. You can tap your right toes back. Warrior 3. Step back, toe tap or toe grab. Use your quad, your hip flexor, your core. Step forward, warrior 3. And then your handstand switch. Bend the knees so your hands can land. Push the shoulders down and jump, switch. Land, lift from the core. 2 more rounds. Take it into your balancing stick, warrior 3. Virabhadrasana 3. Rock back, toe tap or grab. Oh, falling. Rock forward, back through your warrior 3. And then bend the knees for your little jump switch. No judgment. If you got a handstand, awesome. If you didn't, just as good. Slide into warrior 3. Rock it back to your toe tap. Squeeze. Pull the belly in. Rock it forward to your warrior 3. Squeeze the glutes and hamstrings. Active back leg. Bend the knee. Set yourself. Fingertips forward. Spread them. Index finger forward. And lift. Last round. Inhale up. Balance. Warrior 3. Find a moment. Rock back. Lift or grab. Rock forward. Warrior 3. Hands down. jump, switch. Last one, lift from the core. Reset, warrior three. Rock back, toe tap. Rock forward, warrior three. Ooh, and then your handstand, bend, plant, jump, switch, and lift. All right, so maybe you got some good ones in, maybe not. Your heart rate should be a little bit higher. Maybe your shoulders and your core feel a little bit stronger. All right, our final flow of our first round. We're gonna take a Skandasana, horizon, side angle, warrior two. So start at the top of the mat. The Skandasana will be at the front of the mat, so we're gonna step out wide. So let's take our right foot back, step wide, Skandasana towards the front. Now turn, pivot, and release horizon lunge. Take your feet, toes with you, and you come to the knife edge of the foot. As you come back through Skandasana, you just keep turning to the back of the mat for side angle. Lift the arms and come forward. Bring your feet with you, warrior two. Come back to the top of the mat and reset. All right, perfect. So we'll step out wide. We'll bend towards the front, horizon. Skandasana, spin other way to horizon. Release a little bit, see how the hips feel. Maybe even let the shoulder elevate so we stretch into the side body, then push it down. Brief Skandasana up high, just to take your left toes with you for side angle. Reach both arms up, pivot your feet forward, warrior two, and step it forward. How'd we do? Let's do it a little quicker, 3 more rounds. Step wide, right foot out. Skandasana towards the front of the mat. Pivot, horizon. Come back, take it to the back, turn your toes, side angle. Both arms extend. Active side angle, turn your feet forward, warrior two, get deep if you can. Step it together, mountain pose, left side. Step wide, bend to the front of your mat. Take your hand wide, lift your feet and hips, and then drop into horizon lunge. Pivot back around where you started, and then take it into side angle to the back. Elevate both arms, active. Turn your way home, warrior two. Come back to standing. 2 more. Open. Skandasana. Horizon. Skandasana, side angle. Both arms float up. Warrior two. Step it home. Last round, step it open. Skandasana to the front of the mat. Horizon, other side. Skandasana, turn all the way into side angle towards the back of your mat. Both arms reach up, bend. Lift, turn home, warrior two. Step it together, mountain. Hopefully you got all those flows. We're gonna repeat them all one time in a nice long flow, and then we'll move into the second round of 4 drills. Starting in downward facing dog. Take a breath here. We'll do this first one twice since it's short, and the other ones we'll go through one time. All right, walk your down dog a little shorter. Bend the elbows and knees, push away, rock back to chair. Hands down, jump forward. Hands down, jump back, push away to chair. We got it. Jump forward. Jump back, push away. Find me in down dog. Walk your feet a little closer, right leg slips up. Kick it through to fallen triangle. Pivot, twist under, reach wide. Pull it into pigeon pose. Now switch hands, left hand down, press it up to side plank. Roll back to down dog. Walk your feet close, left foot slips up. Pull the knee in, pivot, fall in triangle to your right. Pull the knee in, pigeon, rotate hips forward. Right hand down, switch, side plank. Come back through your downward facing dog. We're gonna walk our feet to the middle and ragdoll up. Take your left toes back, arms up. Warrior three. Find your balance, long line of energy. Rock back, toe tap or toe grab. Rock forward, warrior three. And then your little jump on your hands, handstand switch, bend the knee. Switch, land, right toes tap back, lift, inhale, arms up. Exhale, balance, warrior three. Rock back, grab your left foot or tap it. Rock forward, warrior three. Bend the knee, plant the hands, little jump switch. And lift, step to the top of the mat. Pivot, right foot steps wide. Skandasana to the front of the mat. Turn, rotate, horizon lunge. Other direction. Skandasana, turn. Side angle to the back, turn your toes. Reach it over, long diagonal. Both arms reach up, bend. Lift, turn your feet home, warrior two. Big step forward to the top. Hands to prayer. Left foot steps wide. Then to the front, Skandasana. Pull your arms around, lift your hips, pivot and rotate to the knife edges of the feet. Horizon lunge. Reach back around, Skandasana as you turn your toes. Side angle to the back. Both arms reach out. Lift, rotate your feet forward, warrior two. Pull your arms apart, lengthen the tailbone, scoop it through the belly, and step it together. Whew. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, sigh. That was your first round of 4 drills. I hope you feel amazing. Feel free to repeat any of those or take some notes if you want to use them in your yoga flows in class. Moving into our round 2, first take some time to just relax a little bit, drink some water, walk around, maybe do some stretches. And I'll meet you back on your mat for the next 4. Our next 4 drills, 2 of them do have arm balances. Feel free to just come into the arm balance prep if that's not in your practice. Arm balances are all about shifting weight. The more you lean forward, the lighter your backside is going to be to lift. Strong shoulders, strong core. Again, if you're not there yet, just go into the prep and then come back out. You'll still get the benefits of trying, strengthening, and getting that heart rate elevated as we move through these flows. We're gonna go for 4 times each. We're gonna start standing. Standing twisting lunge, half moon, goddess chair. Pretty simple, we'll just get our heart rate up. So let's start by bringing your right foot back, big step, and then twist to your left. Twisting lunge. From here, half moon, rotate the left hand down and scoop up to a balance. From half moon, we have goddess, land, open up your knees and hips, goddess, back to the front of your mat for chair, scoop and sit. Lift. Now the left foot steps back. We twist to the right, pull the arms apart, sink a little bit into that lunge, straighten the back leg. Turn, rotate, lift, half moon balance. See if you can get a moment there. Then land into goddess, open the knees and toes, tuck the pelvis, and shoot yourself forward, bend the knees again, chair pose. That was round one. Let's do that 3 more times. Try and get into a nice flow with it. Right foot back, spin to the left, twist. Half moon, turn right, lift. Peel back into goddess. Open the knees, sit into those legs. Turn forward for chair, Utkatasana. And lift. We'll take the left foot back, turn right. Hold a breath. Then spin into your half moon balance. A breath, come into your goddess pose. Pry the knees apart, tuck the pelvis. Turn forward, step your feet together. Chair pose, lift tall. Right foot back, twist to the left. Turn to your half moon balance. Take it into your goddess. Open, your arms can do whatever feels natural. Turn home, chair. Proud lift, left foot steps back. Right arm reaches back. Twisting lunge, half moon turn. Goddess open. Chair, pull it home. Last round, maybe it goes quicker for you. Take your right foot back, turn left. Half moon, oof, falling, balance. Goddess pose, open and bend. Chair pose, sit forward. Left foot comes back, turn to the right. Turn to the left, half moon, balance. Open up the knees and toes, goddess. Turn your way home, chair. Whew, how are those legs? And lift. Okay, take a breath here. We're gonna actually come to the top of the mat. Come into Malasana, yogi squat. Pry the knees apart. Take a few moments to just feel whatever you need to do. Your hips, knees, ankles, maybe coming onto toes and heels. Seeing how your ankles feel about Malasana. You could always roll a towel or a mat under your heels if they won't quite make it to the ground. We're gonna do some crab reach back bends. It's gentler than a full wheel, much gentler. It's more like a reverse table. So here's where our crow pose comes in. We're gonna sweep it over side to side in crab reach or reverse table. And then we're gonna lift the hips, pull the knees into the armpits, rock into a prep of a crow or a crow. We're gonna do this 4 times. Pay attention to your wrists, take breaks if you need to. Let's start going to the right. Sweep your fingers behind you, lift your hips, reach your arm over your head. There's your crab reach 1. Come back and sway to the other side. Crab reach, second side. Push into your fingers and squeeze the butt up. Rock forward, place your hands down, shoulder width, lift your butt. Pull your knees in, rock forward, see if you can lift. Come back through Malasana. You can counter stretch the wrists and wiggle the fingers in between. We have 3 more rounds if you're up for it, or modify or take a break. Wide feet, sweep back, crab reach. Maybe starting to make the back bend deeper if that feels right. Sweep forward, lift the hips. So now you're in a forward fold, so your butt is already up in the air, knees in, shift, 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 push the shoulders down, hug the knees in. Use the core and hamstrings, and come on down. Quick counter. We have 2 more rounds. Pretty challenging. See what you got left in the tank. Shake out those wrists. A nice little wrist release is to also go ahead and put your hands or forearms under your knees, under the knee, and just sit on them. All right, 2 more. Sweep back, hips up. Other side, push. Sweep back, hips and heart up. Sweep forward, hips up. Maybe a nice little hamstring stretch, and then shoot your knees in above your elbows and push the shoulders down. Crunch into the belly. And land. Can we go for 1 more without stopping? Maybe a quick little shake. Last one. Crab reach, back bend. Swivel, crab reach, back bend. Lift the hips. Pull your knees in. Turn your fingers a little bit out. And then hold, Hug your heels in, push your shoulders down. Maybe you try to straighten for crane. And take a breather. Okay, a lot on the wrists. So again, always be sure to counter stretch and listen to your body. We have 2 more flows to go, and then we'll put them together. I just got a nice abdominal cramp, so I know I was firing my core on the crow pose to crane. All right, we have a falling knees, chest, chin push-up, going into locust, back extension, pressing into up dog, back to camel. So from the knees, we'll get a nice second back bend in. 1 for the bend, 1 for the strength. Come onto the knees, give yourself space in front of you. We're gonna try a falling push-up, keeping your knees down. Let's inhale up, hips forward, heart up. Camel with cactus elbows up high. Now, pull the hands by your chest, reach forward. To make it easier, you'll start to bend, hinge the hips back. Harder, a little scarier. See if you can just catch. So you don't want to just slam down, you want to control the landing and fly. Locust, up dog, onto the knees, lift back up. Let's do that 3 times. Inhale up, camel, cactus elbows. Maybe the head drops. Oh, feels good after crow. Falling knees, chest, chin. Catch your knees, chest, chin, land. Locust flight. Everything lifts. Upward facing dog, hands by chest or ribs, heels up dog stretch. Come back to the knees, 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, heart to sky, proud. Camel. Tuck it in, falling push-up. Catch, then land. Float, locust. Up dog. Knees down, last one. Lift back up, inhale. Cactus, back bend. Falling, knees, chest, chin. Catch, then drop. Flying locust, squeeze the back. And up dog. Take a child's pose. Shimmy the hips. Breathe. Rock the head. Circle the wrists. And then when you're ready, we're gonna come to seated. All right, I should put my hair up. Okay, we have a boat pose to a pistol squat to a side crow. Again, it could just be a side crow prep, and do the best you can. If your ankles don't like pistol squats, maybe it's more of a toe stand for you. And then at the end, we'll try a fun transition from side crow to baby grasshopper, a new transition that I found on Instagram. That's lots of fun. All right, meet me in boat pose. High boat, squeeze the quads, squeeze the hip flexors, pull the belly in. Let's bend the right knee, rock yourself forward, see if you can find pistol. Now, we're gonna hook our right elbow across and see if you can, maybe you cheat and put your foot down first, and then see if you can find a quick side crow. Come back to seated. All right, bend your left knee, rock forward, pistol. So I'm gonna start us cheating a little bit. Drop the foot, bring your hands across, then bend the knee so you can hook the knee over the tricep. And then we can use our right elbow if we need it as a shelf, or maybe you don't. Side crow can bend or extend. Come back down and boat pose. All right, so I know this is a tough one. Just go through the parts that feel possible. Maybe it's just practicing boat to pistol rocks. And then again, maybe setting yourself up and you'll get a nice twist. You don't have to be able to lift. Here we go. Boat pose.
Right foot in.
You can even assist it. Rock forward, pistol. You can put your feet down, hook your knee over your tricep, and then lean forward. Come back. Crow pose or prep. Sit, boat. Left foot rocks in, Pick up your seat by pulling your shoulders forward. Go ahead and step down, pull your elbow in, tuck it, and then find any variation of side crow. Top foot comes down, have a seat to boat. Take a moment there. So again, anything that works for you. I'm going to show you a more advanced way and a fun transition you can try if you have your side crow. Coming into boat, bend the right foot lift. So here we're going to try to hook our elbow under without putting our foot down. Then you're going to step the top foot over, grab the foot, and come into baby grasshopper. Come back and lift. Last time. Pull the left foot in, lift to pistol. Try to keep that foot lifted if you can. Hook the left foot under, it's a big twist. Find your side crow, step over, grab the foot, baby grasshopper. Play with that. It's not an easy transition, takes a lot of strength. And then we're gonna put those 4 flows together. And again, just be playful, keep an open mind. You might not get things today, maybe it'll take a year, but if you keep putting in the work, you'll get stronger and stronger. All right, let's put those 4 flows together. Repeat them one more time each. Come to the top of your mat for your twisting lunge, half moon goddess chair. Take a step back with your right foot, twist to the left. Half moon turn to the right, balance and stack. Open land, open the knees and toes, bend into goddess, turn your gaze forward, scoop into chair. And rise, step your left foot back, turn right, twisting high lunge. Turn left, balancing half moon. Land light, open the knees and toes, tuck the pelvis, goddess. Turn home, chair, and rise. Come all the way down into Malasana, bend the knees, broaden the heart. Spiral back, back bend, crab reach, side to side, spin. Take your hands forward, lift your hips, pull your knees into your arms, shift forward, and maybe we find your float in crow. Come on down and land. We'll jump back to the knees and lift up for camel. Inhale up. Make sure you have space in front of you, so if you need to kind of walk yourself back so we can fall forward, camel back bend. Pry the heart open and lift. Hands to your chest or in front, falling knees, chest, chin. Catch and land, locust, take flight. Hands by chest, up dog. Come back through kneeling. We're gonna come into boat. So from here, jump your feet forward. If you're working on a jump through, you could try to lift your hips and maybe kind of walk your feet through. Find boat pose. Scoop into the abdominals, hip flexors, quad. We'll bend our right knee in, shift your weight forward, pistol. Remember, you can put your foot down to really get that elbow tucked under for side crow. And then maybe step over, grab onto the bottom foot for your baby grasshopper. Have a seat, spin back to boat. Ooh, that's a tough one. Don't feel bad if you can't get there. Boat, pistol. Maybe you pull your feet down and twist. Elbow gets to tuck in nicely. Find your side crow. Step your top foot over. Push into your right hand. Grab your foot. Gaze ahead. Have a seat. And let's forward fold. Release. Some nice deep breaths here. Lift up nice and tall. Widen your feet a little bit. Stack your shoulders, pull the belly in, and let's roll onto our backs for 3, 2, and 1. Ground into the earth and take a little Shavasana. If you want to explore movement, maybe some twists, some happy baby, or continue to play now that your muscles are super fired up, or if that's all you had time for, make sure to take some rest. I am going to leave you here today. I hope you enjoyed that HIIT yoga, kind of just making our flows repetitive and strong so we can get the heart rate up, have fun, play with movement. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave me a comment. Let me know how it went, which flows you really had fun with, which you might have struggled with, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.